Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Pokemon Shield playthrough. That being said, I have already played Pokemon Sword, so it's not really no different than that, other than the legendaries that you encounter, which is the box art legendaries. So, that being said, I really don't think there's really another good typing in here other than that Onyx to cover our team. Because right now, here's our team to familiarize. So we got Flying type, we got Normal, and we got Water. Now, the only thing that would be really nice to have is a fire type, but since it's nighttime, we're not having any of that. So, that being said, what I'm going to do is come back later, at a later time, to actually catch a Pokemon that's being worthy of catching, and then once we get to, like, say, another part of the wild area, because there's 3 different parts of the wild area, and that counts as 3 different encounters to me. So that being said, we can just do it like that. And since that we already have a normal type, we cannot really choose this one right here, so that kind of is a bummer. And we don't have the access to the water feature to get to that middle area. So either which way, I could wait until we get the bike, walk all the way through that water, and then be able to progress into the game. Now, depending on what part of the wild area you're at, depends on how much level gap there is. I know you can only catch a certain, like, say, level of Mon, and then you're just basically unable to do anything about the higher level ones. And I like how they did this because, A, if you're just starting out in the game and you're all the way where the area that's so deep that, like, level 60 Mons are there and you capture that, you can basically use this level 60 Mon that you just caught and go through the game, and then that's not really fun. You kind of can see where that's broken. Now, that being said, what I'm going to do is just basically do this little tutorial and everything. So, yeah, I got to do the Sonya part, register our gym badges, and then we can possibly catch our next Pokemon member, in which we need to get a fire type or even a rock type. Either which way, I have a pretty good idea in which we can make that happen. And that is our new 8th generation friend, Roly-Coly, which is really cool because I would not mind having a rock type, but I do believe it turns into a fire type as well, making a good combination for us to grab and then go. So here we go. We do this little tidbit real quick, and then we're going to go and try to get our cards registered. That's why I'm just smashing the A button real quick so we're able to skip this and do all that. That being said, question of the day is, what was your first Pokemon that you caught in Pokemon Sword or Shield? Because obviously everyone's going to say their starter, which doesn't really count because you're handing it, basically being hand given it, in a sense. So, to me, my first ever Pokemon that I caught was, amazingly enough, Rookidee in my Shield, and then the same thing for Sword. Because I really liked Rookidee, and I really like how it evolves into Corvisquire and then into its final evolution, which is called Corviknight, which is really cool name for it. Now, the reason why I'm coming over here is because this guy will give me a certain item that I can lower, like, say, certain sounds in the game, so that's really cool. If you're curious on if you didn't get those or not, and if you did, then you can comment down below that. Because comments are actually good for the YouTube algorithm, because that generates YouTube's algorithm and go, hey, da-da-da-da-da, and then they recommend this video to people, and they would ask, like, say, how entertainment it was. And if you do want to show your support on this series, just leaving a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, which is absolutely free to do, I suggest you go ahead and do so. And if you want to receive more, like, content from me, just obviously hit the notification bell and select all notifications, because then you get notified whenever I do upload a video. So that being said, you can also follow me on my Twitter at TGillusion1, and also join my Discord server, which will be linked in the description below. Now, that being said, here we are. We're going to register ourselves to actually get gym badges now, which is going to be really cool. and this would really take off a lot. Now, that being said, people have been asking me about the series that will be coming to the channel, which is the Glowing Garnet. The Glowing Garnet series is a ROM hack in which I'm going to try to install on my Pokemon Edition and see if it won't crash, because there has been issues in the past that when I installed it on my new Nintendo 3DS XL, it would crash and then delete my save data. So hopefully I can get that figured out and start recording the episodes for you guys. So when we do episode 00 for Glowing Garnet, this is where I can put episode 00. You guys can leave a nickname for that starter that we choose. And then, obviously from there, you can nickname any other Pokemon that we get. And in the episode 00, like say, you would write down Pokemon and nickname ideas. But the nickname ideas have to be PG-13 or under. So it's appropriate for YouTube, because if you make it inappropriate, I guarantee YouTube will either A, remove the comment and hide it because it might be inappropriate. So I have to put in a number. So I'm doing this, and the reason why, 8 and then 0, 4. So how my date of birth is, I was born August 4th. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to do 804. Just to make that more clarification. So there's that, which is really easy. So if any of you didn't know that I was literally born on August 4th, then there you go. You guys know. And this year I will be turning 25 years old, if any of you are curious. So, yeah, my birthday is within the next, literally 3 months from now. So that's absolutely crazy to even think about. And I don't think I have any plans, but otherwise than that, if we can hit 500 subscribers before my birthday, that'll be absolutely amazing, number one. Number two, I'll be giving away 5 IV breeding dittos to you guys. So if you guys that are competitive breeders and stuff like that, you can do that. So there is that. And I really like also the historical founder of, like, say, Sword and Shield, like how this enticed, like, say, both the Sword and Shield mascot. And that's really cool. Now, I can definitely say to this is one thing about the games I don't like. And that is the synchronized ability of, like, say, Abra, Rolts, does not work. In which really does stink, because now the only thing that it works on is the wild Pokemon that are in the wild area, like up top there. And this is where it really does create an issue, because if you wanted a competitive IV Pokemon automatically done, it's either you breed for it or just get randomly lucky in the wild area or raid battles. And that's where, personally to me, is really crappy, because the only time that the synchronized ability will work is when you encounter Pokemon in the wild area in the grass. That's it. That's all you will literally get. And that's, like, very sad in a way that makes me kind of bummed just seeing and hearing that. And it's like, wow. Then the shiny hunting aspect in these games, people can manipulate using certain software, using your computer, and you catch them on, and you do all this certain stuff. That's kind of like breaking the main issue of the Pokemon games. And this is where, to me, still this day, it's like, when I do find a shiny in a raid den, I do try to capture it, and the reason why is because, A, if I capture it, then I could just keep it as a trophy collection, saying, hey, I caught this, I can move on. That type of thing. Because we obviously know within those raids, it could be manipulated, or somebody's going through the wild area real quick, cleaning it out, and then everything respawns in different locations, and doing it like that. And to tell you the truth, I don't mind if somebody's doing the legit shiny hunting part, and that is doing the day skip glitch, in which how you do that is incredible. I'll make a video on that. So if any of you are curious on how to do it, I'll make a video on it. If you want it, just let me know in the comments So we gotta nick it, which is a really cool design. I really do like it. So we are paralyzed. What I'm gonna do is send out Sobble and just obviously knock this thing out very easily. But I'm doing switch grinding as well, so if any of you are curious what I'm doing. Otherwise than that, I do want to say that I have been wanting to record this, but my phone has been acting up. I finally semi-fixed it, so hopefully you'll be seeing this episode. And if you do, then awesome. You are seeing the episode as I got done recording it. Now, the thumbnail will be just maybe using the wild area thumbnails that I took screenshots of in the game and just using that as thumbnail. And just saying, hey, episode 3, and then not spoil the surprise that we do get, like, say, a mon in the wild area or not. But as you're watching this, we didn't get a mon from the wild area just because we don't have access to good stuff. And I don't want to use a Butterfree, because I have used one in the past, and it doesn't work out. So here we go. So this is a double battle now, it looks like. Yes, sirree, that is true. So, that being said, after this double battle, I'm going to save right here and then be done with this episode. And that's where we can call it end there, because it is before 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out the Wooloo real quick, take damage, and then withdraw the Wooloo, send out Sobble. I don't even know why I decided to have a Wooloo in my team, but otherwise than that, there's that. Snarl. That doesn't really do much. Other than lower my special attack, which I don't think Wooloo is a really good special attacker. In this case, which is a meh. Now, otherwise, we did get an item which was the Mystical Water, in which we could put on the Sobble and get a buff in the water attacks, which is not a bad idea for right now. And so that being said, people may be wondering on this factor right here. And that is, why am I switch training? The reason why is because, A, if I was going to be training in the wild area, the mons are such a low level, they wouldn't be really much XP for me to gain levels. It's like me tackling a Caterpie. That ain't going to give off enough experience for me to level up quick enough and try to at least get myself to a worthy level of saying completed and done compared to everything else. And by doing this, it makes it more easier for me to do level ups than the obvious, basically. So my partner did finish off the Galarian Zigzagoon, or the Galarian Ziggy, as I call him, because Zigzagoon. Also, we did get Water Pulse, which is never a bad move. Water Pulse can confuse the opponent, and it has a 60 base power, which is, again, not bad to actually have. And we are getting money for this, which can be used on Pokeballs and like potions later, which is really nice. So that being said, if any of you are interested, people have been asking me, what is another thing that I really do like about Sword and Shield? I would say it's majorly different from the main series games because of the fact is that I know with Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, which was a spin-off game of Pikachu version, but making Let's Go Eevee from it, you're able to use the Pro Controller, which is really nice. And that's what I'm using right now instead of my Joy-Cons, which is, again, very nice and all that. So once we get done with this cutscene, we're going to save there. So we are here. So I'm going to put the item of the Mystical Water on the Sobble because, A, that Mystical Water will become our Grace and Savior when it comes to powering up water type attacks, and I'll reorganize it right here now on screen so you guys can get the understanding on how I work. So if I go to moves and go over here, so we got 60, we put that first, and then we got Pound, which is not very well great, but then we got Water Gun, and we got Water Pulse. So Water Pulse might come in clutch. So here is our team so far. So we got the Sobble, the Wooloo, and the Rookity. So that is it for episode 3. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. And if you did, make sure to definitely support me by smashing the like button, comments down below. Definitely subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. But otherwise, guys, have a great day and see y'all in the next episode.